Hey everyone, it's Mari. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm back today to share more of my documenting December process. And most of the products that I'm going to be using here for my album today, you can find over at scrapbooknerd.com in their online shop. This is that prompt list that I've been relying on if I get stuck or if I trying to think of different ideas to document for December, but mostly I'm just relying on just the things that have been happening in December. But it is really nice to have a prompt list just to kind of go back on and think about, well, what could you be documenting for the month if you're struggling with that. As I've shared before in my different processes, I don't document everything that happens daily in December. It's mostly just a summary of the different highlights of the month, things that we did as a family or things that happened. And so what I'm documenting for this spread here that's on the screen right now is I'm just going to be showing you some of the photographs and the memories from just kind of right around the middle of December when we were doing some Christmas shopping. So the photograph on the left is a photo of Jordan. He's just being silly here. And we were at a place in Saskatoon called Wilson's. And this place is just, I mean, it is amazing. And it was the first time that we'd been there. And it's kind of a newer place, or at least a rebuild of a place that was there before. And I'm just documenting and showing all the different things that they had there and the fun that we had when we visited that spot. So what I did was I took two pieces of pattern paper from the 6x6 pad from Fa La La and from the crepe paper collection, and I just cut those two 6x6 papers into 4x6 papers, so that what I'm doing here on this left side of this layout is two 4x6 pockets in that page protector. So you can just see that what I did was I printed my photographs in 4x3. I just trimmed them down slightly and I've adhered those onto the top and bottom 4x6 card, and opposing each of those different photographs there's some other elements. So on the top card I have the journaling, which is just telling the story about what we did that day, and on the bottom I'm just using some of the different embellishments from Crepe Paper's Fa La La, and I'm also going to be using a few of these Mambi stickers from my stash. And I love the Mambi stickers. They're really great for overlaying over top of your page protectors and or just overlaying over top of your photographs. And so they're just a really neat little sticker that's an easy way to embellish your pages when they're kind of getting close to being finished. So you'll just see me working away here on finishing up embellishing that side. And this, of course, is the back side of that page from my previous page. And I'm just going to stick that into the album. Now I'm just showing you here the opposing page. What I did was I took this photograph, I enlarged it into 6x8 using Word, and I use my large format Canon Pixma 8720 to print that photograph off in black and white. I added a little bit of words, a word to it and a snowflake in PicMonkey. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of embellishing with those Mambi stickers again. Now on the back side of that, I was just looking through my Ali Edwards kit from last year, and I ended up settling on this piece of white paper with 8x6 paper with a gold star or snowflake on it. And now I'm just going to embellish that or create kind of a base using a strip of that craft specialty paper. And that is actually from Mary Mary from Pebbles. And I'm also going to be using that really gorgeous buffalo plaid paper from the Crepe Paper collection, Fa La La. And you can just see I took two circle punches to create that little layered effect using my 2x2 cut apart sheet from Mary Mary. And now I'm just going to take my 4x3, I believe this is a 4x3 photo, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to put that down on the mat I've created for that photo. And then I'm just going to take these alphas. These are from Felicity Jane, and they're very much like the alphas that were from Crepe Paper Fa La La, which you can or you could find at one time over at scrapbooknerd.com. These, though I did not get those alphas, but I had these ones in my stash, so I used them, but they are very much like those crepe paper alphas. I'm just going to take some of these little word phrase stickers and I'm going to stick those down onto the layout just to finish this up, and take a few other little stickers and put those down as well. So you can see that this is going to back that 8x6 photograph on the other side. And I'm just going to stick that into that full pocket page protector there and complete this side, the left side of this next layout that I'm going to be working on. Still documenting about Wilson's, the time that we spent there and the fun that we had. And that is quite the place, I'll tell you. It's just unbelievable. So like I mentioned before, a really easy way, if you do have a large format printer, to create the 8x6 photo is to just put the photo into Microsoft Word. I found that I struggle a little bit in my Canon software to customize my photographs. I haven't really figured out how to do that yet, but I'm working on that. But what I did was I just sized it in Word and I just printed it from there. It's just easier. It took me less time. I find that when I get into this process, I need to really figure out ways to kind of make the best use of the time that I have to create my layouts, because this entire project does take quite a bit of time. It is definitely worth it, but I do find that I try to find different little tricks to cut down the time that it takes to create different things. So this is actually a 3x8, I think it is, page protector, and this is an Ali Edwards page protector. I love these ones. They're so cool. I think they just add a lot of interest to your album, and I am going to mix some of those in with my project. I'm just going to take this craft music note pattern paper that has those really cute cars on the back with the Christmas trees on them. This is Pebbles Mary Mary again, and I'm going to use that as a base for this particular pocket. I'm going to just take some stickers and embellish this. Now I am actually going to end up embellishing the page protector rather than the actual paper, just because that particular little car there will not fit inside that page protector. It's too wide. Now I love this little car. I think it's so cute. It very much is like the little car that was actually at Wilson's with the presents in it, and there's a picture of that on the last layout. And yeah, so I just thought that looked really neat. Now I'm going to just stick that in and continue working away on this one, on this layout. So I'm just going to take a few other little puffy stickers, and I'm going to just take those wooden alphas again, and I'm just going to spell out the word shop, because that's what this spread is about, the shopping that we did that day. So what we did was we had picked Jordan up from the airport, and then we that morning before we picked him up, Bailey and I went down to the mall and we finished most of our Christmas shopping. But then after we picked Jordan up, and then the combination of that day and the next day, we finished up the rest of our shopping that we had to do. And Jordan, as it turns out, hadn't actually done a whole lot of his shopping at all, because he's back at school and he's really busy studying and stuff, and he really hadn't had a time to do any of his shopping. Plus he flew home, so he didn't really have space to bring a bunch of stuff home with him. So we went and got all of his things done as well. So I'm just going to take a few of these stickers, and like I said before, I don't mind at all sticking things to my page protectors. I think that is just a really fun way of embellishing the photographs, and you can see the photos have all been printed in 4x3. Now Wilson's is just unbelievable, guys. If you can see here, they have zip lining there, they have go-karting, they have, I don't even know how many bouncy houses, a huge number of bouncy houses, and beautiful, beautiful home decor and Christmas decor. We had so much fun looking around. Like, even the guys liked it, because, you know, there was cool stuff like zip lining and go-karting. But Bailey and I were just like, my eyes were going a million different directions in the home decor section. It was so beautiful. They just have done an amazing job of this place. So in the particular location where this this store is, used to be their greenhouse, and it was also other kinds of stuff that they had there too. But Saskatoon's putting in a great big new traffic interchange there, and so the store had to be moved, and so they moved it, but they also basically rebuilt it, and it's massive. It's really, really big, and it's so fun to visit. We really enjoyed it. It would be a great place for birthday parties for kids. But anyway, yeah, super neat. Now what I did was I just created in Microsoft Word, I created a text box. I took the outline off of the text box, and then I just printed that off. And what's really cool about that is you can size the dimensions of your text box exactly like the size that you need it. So if you measure the area that you need, and then in Microsoft Word put in the centimeters of the text box that you need, or the inches, whatever dimensions you have, and then it will actually just print that off in the perfect size for you. So that's what I did here, and I'm just journaling here all about Wilson's and how much fun we had there that day. And I'm just taking a little embellishment from Allie's kits last year, and I'm just going to put that at the top with a little glue dot. So, and I'm just going to move that little puffy peppermint sticker onto the car. And so I'm just going to do a quick little flip through so you can see my album so far, and then I'm just going to get right on to the next layout. So you can see how I'm just really trying to push through this project. Now the next spread I'm going to have on the left side, I believe I had 2 up and 2 down there for my page protector. So I've just created a 4x3 card using my 6x6 pad again. Guys, I have used up almost the entire 6x6 pad at this point, and a really simple way to do some embellishing in your album is to have a 2x2 cut apart sheet like this Pebbles one. It's so easy to create really fun dimensional different embellishments using your circle punches and a cut apart sheet like this. It's a very neat way to embellish. And I'm just going in again into my stash. I'm going into the crepe paper die cuts. I'm just going through all of my stuff, and I'm just finding different little bits and pieces to embellish with. So this one, I just wanted to use this little banner underneath that's the circle punch that I've created there, and then that will be done. That card will be all finished. So this will be one of my embellishment cards for this particular spread that will be on the left side of the album. And then I believe I just have another little filler card in the bottom, and then diagonally 2 different photographs, and I should be showing you that again here very quickly. So that little card is all done, and then you can see diagonally I'm just going to create another little 4x3 card with this cut apart from Crepe Papers Fa La La. And what I'm going to be documenting here is turtle making. So every year we make our own homemade turtles, and this is what we did on the evening of the day that we picked Jordan up from the airport. We were out at Bailey's house and we made turtles that night, and it was a lot of fun. We had really good time visiting, and we had fun making our turtles. So once again, I've made a 4x6 card using the 6x6 crepe paper collection, and I'm just embellishing that with another strip of paper from that pad and a sticker there of Santa. I've taken some different alphas from my stash and printed out the word turtles, and I'm just taking some stickers from a bunch of different places. I think mostly crepe paper sticker sheet from Fa La La, and finishing that off. And then you can see at the top there's 2 4x3 photographs. So this was a 2 up and 1 down page protector. And then I'm just going back to my Mambi stickers, and I'm just going to do a lot of really quick embellishing here of those different pockets using those stickers. So just a few little stars here, and you can see all the smiles on everybody's faces. It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time, and I'm really happy that my kids will be able to look back at this album in the future and say, oh yeah, 2017, we remember doing that, and that was Jordan's first Christmas away from home when he had moved to Ontario, and when he came home, and all that kind of thing. And hopefully it will bring back some really good memories for them. Now I'm going to just take this piece, and I'm going to make a little spot where I'm going to write the recipe for the turtles in here, because we all know how not turtles go missing, but recipes go missing over time. And I'm just really grateful for my sister, because whenever we have, well, for a lot of reasons, but whenever we have recipes that we need that were our mom's, it's really nice to have each other to call, right? Because we don't have albums to look at. So it's just kind of nice to to have with these photographs, the little companion recipes that go along with the pictures of what we were doing to do that cooking or whatever. So I'm just going to create this little spot to put that recipe. Now I'm just taking some of the washi from Fa La La, and I'm going to just use that to reinforce that spot where I've used the bone folder to fold over that paper. And that is just going to keep that nice and strong. I'll just take my bone folder and burnish that a little bit so that it's stuck on there very well. And I've already hole punched that so that it's ready to go into the album. Now, of course, I want to decorate it a little bit and make it look a little bit more fancy, since I have all of these gorgeous embellishments from the collection. And so I'm going to try a few little bits and pieces here before I settle on one of those large gold snowflakes, and then one of those dimensional snowflakes that also is part of this collection. So I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive to make sure that that's good and stuck on there. And there's that dimensional snowflake. That's also part of Fa La La. So I'm going to get that stuck down, and then I am going to I'm going to spell out the word recipe on the bottom there using some gold alphas, and then this will just fold open to reveal that recipe. So I don't actually get the recipe in there yet. I'll do that later off camera, but just so that you know that that is what is going to go inside of this fold out piece. So it just makes it a little bit interactive. It makes it a little bit interesting. Instead of just having the recipe in one of the pockets, it's just I don't know, I always include things like this in my albums just because I think it looks kind of neat. It's kind of fun. The kids will have things to flip open and find, and I always tell them when you're looking through my albums, always make sure that you look for little hidden bits and pieces, because I love to include those even in my 12 by 12 scrapbooking. I think that's just fun. So now on the back side of that, I am going to create a 4x6 card using some of that pattern paper again on the bottom. And the first little pocket is going to be for journaling. I am just journaling about the Christmas dinner that we have at school here. This year, one of my colleagues, the lady that usually looks after it, was unfortunately at the last minute unable to be at work that week, and so she needed some people to kind of step up and help out with a Christmas dinner, because we feed over 400 people at this dinner on the last day of school. And so the lady that you see on the right in the top there, she's one of the admin assistants at work, and she and I got to work that day at 6 o'clock, which for me, because I commute to work, I had to be up, I think it was at 4:30 or something like that. And who am I kidding? It was 4:30. That is definitely etched on my brain. So was at work at 6, and we had to put the 9 turkeys into the different ovens at school in the foods room. And we have a couple of other classrooms at the school that have ovens. And so we were busy doing that and helping with the preparations for that dinner. So that's what I'm documenting about on the left. And on the right here, I just have a photograph of the gift that my sister sent me. And I just took a photograph of the beautiful package before I opened it. And here I'm just going to document about what was inside of the package, which was a beautiful knit blanket that she made for me for Christmas. It was gorgeous. So once again, I'm just going to use that circle method here just to create that little bit of embellishment. I'm going to use another little recollections embellishment, and this spread is done. So guys, that's my spreads for today again, and stay tuned for some still shots here at the end. I've got a bunch of photographs to share with you, and I'll be back very soon with more layouts for my December daily. Thanks so much guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.